Hey guys, so today I'm here to do the walkthrough of our new 2018 Newmar base star. It's the 3124 model. We just actually went and picked this up from Michigan just a few days ago, but we still don't have everything completely set up inside, so please don't hold that against me, but we're working on it. As anybody knows who is living full-time in their RV, when you go from one to the other, it is a process. So we have upgraded from this to this from the we had a 2016 Thor Axis 24.1, and I will go on record as saying, and I know Thor kind of gets a bad name, but we had no real issues out of ours. We actually loved our 24.1. So, you know, for my perspective, and I think every model can have their good and their bad. But from my perspective, you know, if that's something that you're looking at, you know, go for it if it fits your needs. So what we found was that it really just did not fit our needs. It was just too small for us being full time. So that is why we went to this right here, and we got a really good deal on it as well. So we actually got this from Midway RV in Michigan. It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan, actually, to be more exact. And they were really good to work with, really good to deal with. So, you know, we would, if we ever decide to get in another one, we will definitely go back there, probably, and deal with them. And they are a featured Newmar dealer. So, you know, and we went back and forth between Newmar and Tiffin, and you know, it's they're both really good brands. I don't have anything good or bad to say at this point about either one. You know. Or well, I don't have anything bad to say. I probably have a lot of good to say, but you know, they've both been, you know, just highly up on our list, and we knew when we got another one, we wanted to go all in and get something that was going to last us for a long time. So with that said, the first thing I'm going to show is this new shirt that my wife got me. I'm going to try to get it all in here, but it is Cousin Eddie. So this is just off of the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and at the bottom, of course, it says no S or it's too full. So wanted to show that off, and you may see some people coming in and out here as we do this video. It is kind of checkout time here, so we're now back at South Carolina at the Thousand Trails. This is the Points at South Oak or something like that. I'll get the name right here sooner or later, but I do have a review coming out here. But without that, I'm going to cut off of me, and I will walk you through the RV. All right, here we go. So I will just start you at the front, but here's what you see from the front. And of course, this is a lot taller than our past RV, but you know, a lot more roomy too. So we went from basically a 25. This one's almost 32 foot. So you know, like, we really like the paint colors of it. That's one of the things that really drove us to this one. You can see my wife's Patriot sign there. They had a bad day yesterday. Here's the awning that comes out. It's got a really nice awning on it. Got a nice pitch and tilt to it, and it is an automatic awning, so you hit it one time, it comes out. It's got a key fob. It's also got the wind sensors on it, so it'll go back in if the wind kicks up too much. You don't have to do anything. Of course, here's our campsite with our little picnic table. I'll show that in our further review of the area. But actually, I will go around to the driver's side first and just kind of show you. So it is the Ford V10 chassis. One of the things that Newmar does on these is they put the cameras for your turn signals here instead of on the mirror, and they say they do that because if you hit something with the mirror, then you're also out of turn signal, and apparently that's pretty easy to do on bigger RVs, so they do that. Another big difference in this one is we got a lot bigger tires now, which will make the ride a whole lot better. And also, this thing has already been upgraded to the MORRIDE suspension. The previous owner did that, so then this is a used RV. It had like 11,000 miles on it when we got it, so not many miles, but so the guy did upgrade it. He actually traded in 2 RVs at once and went to like a middle ground RV. So I guess he's got a lot of money. but it has a super slide on it on the driver's side. As you can see, the super slide goes the full length of the RV. So it goes pretty much just back past the driver's side, driver's side cab, all the way back to almost the rear, actually to the rear of the RV. It's got several storage compartments underneath, and this one here is our sewer and then our water. And I do have some water leaking out here. I got to get in there and fix that hose, but with the water, it actually has a built-in line filtration system, which was one of the things that we were looking for. So it makes it a whole lot easier than having to deal with the Camco hookup storage. So, but as you can see, I mean, it offers plenty of storage. This is a 50 amp, so I did have to buy the new 50 amp precision Progressive Industries surge protector. So I have that now hooked up and in place. But you know, so as you can see, it's got a lot of storage. Here's your fuel tank. This is for your sewer hose, and you're, of course, under this, you're under the awning, or you're under the outlet, so the slide outlet. So you know, you got to be careful when you're underneath. But you keep going. The back one here is where all your power supply is, and that is, like I said, it's 50 amp power, and it is hardwired. Of course, we put our mat back on here, and this is actually a new map, so we've just now started filling it in, and next week we will be filling in this nice state. Can't wait to get there and meet up with everybody, but we'll be there next week. But this is kind of the driver's side outside. It has a ladder on it. It does have the, if I can get it in the camera here, I don't know how good you can see that, but it does have the rear backup camera on it. Oh, and here is our first sticker on here. As I mentioned in my previous video, that is Silver Turtle 65 sticker. So thank you for that, Silver Turtle. It is, as you can see, it is now on the RV. And when you come around to the passenger side, it does have an additional slide in the bedroom, and this just brings the bed out a little bit further. But the good thing about this is you still can use your bed fully with or without the slides in or out. So, you know, don't fold up the bed or anything like that. That was another requirement. But we do now have windows in our bedroom, which we thought was really nice. And then, of course, you got more storage on this side. And this is the actual generator. I think it has it's a 5,500 watt generator, already, you know, pre-wired to it. One of these is your gray or black tank, and then the rest of this is just pretty much open storage. So compared to what we had before, this thing has a ton of storage. It does still have the outside TV, which is right here. And apparently this was the 50-year anniversary of Newmar. So, but I mean, this is pretty much the outside. And one of the complaints we did have on the Thor was when you stepped up into it, it was this one's a whole lot higher than the Thor, which is also good for the sewer hose. Your sewer hose laid on the ground, but here in the Thor, the sewer hose was really low and you couldn't get anything to lift it up. But with this one, you've actually got enough room that you can make it go. But this one has steps that lead in. These are automatic steps, so as long as you're parked, they're going to stay out. But anytime you start the ignition, they automatically go in. It does come with this little door stopper here to make sure that it don't hurt anything, because the door does come all the way back. And it also has this door latch here, and you can latch it in over there just to kind of lock the door open when you want to. Of course, you got the screen, and Bentley is going to greet us in. Let me in, buddy. So now we are on the inside of the RV, and as you can see in here, we're going to have a whole lot more room. But this, we actually made this in the Thor, but it still works in here. It's just a cover for this area. There is actually storage in this area right here in the step, but I have not used it yet. And we got some of our Christmas stuff up, but it has the roller shades on pretty much every window. So I'll show you this is all the front end of the windows, and it does have a completely digital 2-zone air conditioning and heating system. So that's really nice. The chairs in this one, so in the Thor, the chairs did not swivel all the way around, but in this one the chairs do. The passenger side did, the driver's side did not because of the steering wheel. But in this one, they actually come all the way around. As you can see, the dogs are just kind of laying around watching what I'm doing. And we do have blankets and covers up here for them. But like I say, on the dash, you know, you got all your controls up here. This right here is a dedicated navigation system. The top one is a dedicated backup system. Your backup camera is always on the top one. And then the bottom one is a dedicated stereo. It's got an Apple Play on it and everything. So that's the first time I've got to use that. It's really cool. And what you see down here is I'm getting ready to hook up my trickle charger to this. Although in this one it's not truly needed. If I could take you on the roof, I could show you that it does actually have a solar trickle charger already installed, but it doesn't have an app with it, so I want my app back. Here is the controls for the antenna, and this one does have the wind guard that gives you a little bit more height. We had the low profile on the previous antenna, and I was not a huge fan of that, so I'm glad for this one because you do get more height out of it. It comes with a Bose sound bar already installed, and on this side, I will open this up and show you. So there's my Apple TV, and I've already got my Togo reinstalled on the top, and I'll show you the connections, how they hooked that up for me, and I actually just let them do it as part of the deal. But up here, this is all your Blu-ray player, you know, everything in here come with its own Blu-ray player. But this is a HDMI switcher, so basically, everything that appears on this TV, because the TV is in the front of the cab, it will also appear on the TV that's outside, so you don't have to keep flipping stuff back and forth. I thought that was really cool. There's my wife's little squirrel. So this is the inverter that runs the refrigerator, because it is not a propane refrigerator. So it's always going to be running off the batteries, and it does have 400 amp hours of batteries already set up on it. And this is the slide out. This is the battery check. So if I hit select, it should show that we're on 50 amp. It kind of shows what you can run based on the power that you have. So that's kind of cool. If you're using any battery, it'll show you the amperage output there. Of course, you got your battery disconnect up there. You got your furnaces, and I'm actually need to turn that one off. You got your steps here, so I could actually retract them if I wanted to. Here you got your tank readouts, everything like that, so it's all digital. I really like that part. But here is my Togo system. So I actually had them put it on the main board, so now it all looks clean and professional, looks really good. Here's our awning. But I was really happy with this right here. I thought that looked a whole lot better. And they have redone pretty much everything for me, so that was really cool. Here is the kitchen. That's our ice maker back there. We got the double sinks with the covers. You know, really like that. That was something my wife really wanted in her next one, other than a residential refrigerator. But you know, in our previous one, we basically had the oven, and then we had these 3 drawers, and we had the convection oven like you see up there. In this one, we've actually got storage above. We got these 3 drawers, and we've added all this, and we've added this area over here, plus the double sink, plus the cabinetry up here, and we still got the convection oven, and my wife has puzzles up there. So, and then of course here is our full fridge. I mean, this is a residential refrigerator, so that's really nice. And of course, if you watched our 10 questions videos, you see that was one of the things that my wife wanted. And then as you turn around here, so I will spin you around real quick. I'm trying not to make anybody dizzy, but as I said, you got a full digital thermostat. You do have a couch, and of course Bentley's kicked back on the couch right now. The couch is okay. I think at some point we'll probably switch this out with the recliners, but it does turn into a bunk bed as well. So what we do when we travel, we actually raise this up to a bunk bed, and we put the dog's crate inside of it, and they hang out in there. So and it does have accent lighting that goes all the way back on the slide, which we really like that at night. We leave out on as kind of a night light for the dogs to see when they want to get up. It has background lighting, reading lights is what they call it, and then you've got, of course, your overhead lights, and then you'll see the duct system. And the reason they do this, one blows out the air, one is for circulation, so they alternate. That way you get continuous airflow through the RV. And this is considered a 4 seasons RV, so it makes it a whole lot better if you do get caught up in colder weather. Again, you see the night shades, and we typically end up leaving these down when we're out. But this is something that we really like, and that is the dining table. We've not had this before. Of course, we got our Alexa system up there. But we really like that. So the only complaint I would have about this RV so far is I wish it had more USB connections in it. I don't see a whole lot of them. Here, so I'm going to open this up. You do have a full pull-out tray pantry. So, and that goes all the way down. So she's got all kinds of stuff piled in there. And then there is another side pantry. So this is all of her sewing stuff, and then we got some drinks down there, but pretty much this is all her sewing stuff. I've kind of let her just take that one over. And this also turns into a full bed as well, so you know, if you ever needed a bed, so you got bunk beds here and another full bed here. So that works out really good. Now I'll take you into the bathroom, and so we actually changed this handle out right off the bat because the one that was on it was really sharp and it would cut the crap out of you. I don't know why they did that for. But it opens up, as you can see, it opens up halfway, and that is so when this slide is in and your back slide is in, and I'll take you back there in a second, you can still fully access the bathroom. So everything here is still fully accessible. And the bathroom does look a little small when you first enter, but as soon as you shut the door, you've actually got plenty of room. You know, you got your sink here, you've got a full medicine cabinet, and if you look there, you can see all the pills are on because we're old. We've got our vacuum cleaner installed back here, and of course we got the porcelain toilet, and I will talk about that more in here in just a minute. But I did forgo the composting toilet, and that was just on a deal made with my wife. So you got remote control fans, so all I got to do is hit this button and the fans automatically turn on. They're actually better than the upgraded fans that I installed in the previous RV. So, well, and this will work a lot better if I put this on here right. So you do have remote holders, that's really cool. Of course, you got more storage up here. And this is actually not what I would call storage. I mean, you can put a little bit of stuff up here, but this is where all your fuse panels and everything else go. And if I had installed my composting toilet, I was actually going to use this vent line as the main vent line to vent out the composting toilet. And I will turn back around here. So this is our shower, and this is a huge add-on. And hopefully, we just used it recently, but hopefully it's not too bad in here. But it is a massive shower, you know, especially for an RV. We can actually get in here. I can turn around. I can move. In the Thor, I could not use the shower hardly. I could use it, but it was a challenge. So that's the shower. That was a huge add-on. That was something that we both agreed that we had to have, was one that we could use, especially if we want to get more into boondocking. There's Miss Scarlett. And now I will take you into the bedroom. And I would say this is where all the magic happens, but after 20 years of marriage, I would say there's not much magic but sleeping in here now. Here's our fan. So I did install this back in. I really love our fan, and there's no fantastic fan in here. I guess that would probably be another little complaint I had. You do have little shelves here to kind of set stuff on, but as you can see, I've got a mess of wires down here I got to get straightened out, and there is storage in there as well. But you know, they really need some USBs back here. That would be really helpful. You do have lights up above, which I'm going to install some USBs up there, and you got more storage. So off of the lights up there, I'm going to install some more USB stuff. And again, you got the same thing on the other side. You do have some 110 outlets underneath, and that's where the wires are going to. It comes with this picture frame. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to leave that or not. But then you kind of got your shelving over here. And this is, you know, this is kind of a his and her thing. So you got a TV here, you got storage here, you got storage here, and then above you've actually got all your TV controls. We've got our Apple TV, all that good stuff hooked up back there. And then, of course, you got, you know, storage in here. And we're actually using this for our laundry now. So, that's just for laundry. And then I let her have this one. And, you know, she's just kind of got her stuff thrown in there right now. We're still getting everything situated. But then you have storage down here. So you got storage all across the bottom. And I'm sorry for the mess here, but this is where my little girl dog sits at, and right now I'm sitting on this until I get me a chair, which is on the way right now. But what I really like about this, so I've got all my recording equipment down in the bottom down here, and then this actually is housing all my computer equipment. So if I open this up, you'll see my whole garb of computer equipment in here, and I've actually got both of my computers running through this. And now all I got to do is hit that remote right there, and I can switch back and forth from my work computer to my personal computer. And I've got this computer hard mounted up here. I've got a mouse and keyboard. I don't have to switch back and forth, or they're both wired into the same PC, so I can just, you know, roll on through. And this is where I'm going to be doing lives from, and everything else going forward. So, you know, that part was really big for me. Here's our other slide out control. So that is for this slide out. And like I say, all this is fully accessible. So what happens is this falls into right there, and that way you still got the full access to the bed. But that is pretty much it. That is the overview of the RV. Like I say, you got plenty of plugs down this wall. So, you know, again, the only complaint that we really have about this is we wish we had a few more USBs, but that's something I can take care of. So I think we're in good shape. But oh, there's our little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. This'll be where our gifts are under, so if Santa can find us, that's where we'll be. But other than that, I mean, like I say, that is it. That is the walk through the RV. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit longer than what I'd hoped for, but I wanted to make sure to cover everything. I didn't want to walk you through all the storage bins or nothing. I figured that would be kind of boring, but there's some more accent lighting in the bedroom. But if you have any questions about this RV or anything like that, please reach out, let me know. Of course, I'll always respond back. And of course, Mr. Bentley's still sitting here taking it easy. And my guess is Arista is probably back here. So we actually put these mats in because the dogs like to lay up here. They like to lay on the doghouse, which I just recently figured out that that's what that was. But they love to lay up in this area. And then, of course, while I'm sitting back here working, Arista will stay right at my feet right here the whole time. But now Mama and Baby are both right here laying together. Not real good lighting back there. I'm not sure how good you can see that, but they're both sitting back there taking it easy. But anyway, that is the full RV tour. If there's anything that you think I missed, I'm trying to think about what's on the top. Like I said, I've got my Togo. I've got a better antenna up there. Oh, this thing is completely wired for solar, so it's wired for solar panels already on the top. So that is the other piece I was going to talk about. So eventually, I plan on doing that, and I've got to get an inverter installed. So an inverter is my next one, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go full-fledged and go in with the lithium batteries, or if I'm going to go in with just stay with what I got and use those batteries. Going back and forth on that one, so we'll see, and that's going to determine what kind of inverter I get. But with all that said, I appreciate y'all for watching. Sorry this ran a little bit long, but I wanted to try to do as good of a tour as I could. And I appreciate it, and we will talk to everybody later. I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. Thank you.